So when you're a CMO and you're having to deal with the explosion of information technology and data, there's a lot of things coming at you. And the key things to look at is, first of all, when you look at your KPIs and your metrics, what do you need to focus on that drives your business? And look at the information that feeds all of that. So you're looking at everything from social metrics to offline engagement metrics, and all of that input is key to moving your numbers forward. Also, I think what's important for CMOs is sort of, if you're not that familiar with what's going on online or in social, participate where your customers are so that you're really up to speed on how customers experience you through Twitter or Facebook.
I spend my time hanging out with consumers, and I'm a cultural anthropologist, so I spend most of my day in people's homes getting a sense of what they care about and what makes them tick. And I've been really struck in most of those conversations with the fact that many consumers, and I would put us in that same category, right, are struggling with what it means to be in a world where there is so much technology and where there are so many ways that one can be in the world and with the world. I had a woman recently say to me that she sometimes felt like all of her digital devices were like a backpack of baby birds with their mouths all open going, feed me, feed me, feed me. And she's like, and sometimes I just want to ditch that backpack off a bridge. And I thought, oh my God, that's such a vivid image, right, about notions of obligation and of feelings of kind of duty and a feeling like you have to kind of keep up. I'm also kind of struck again as an anthropologist by the fact that we talk about all this new technology and we forget how really new it actually is. I mean, in the United States, mobile phones, the internet, that's less than 10 years in the kind of mainstream marketplace and mainstream homes. And, we know from radio, television, even electricity, it took 20 or 30 years before we as societies and cultures and families caught up with when we wanted to turn them on, when we wanted to turn them off, what the norms were about where they should be. And I think we're sort of at this point where the technology is ahead of, like the etiquette and the manners and the social rules, and we have a bit of catching up to do.
Information technology, how do you keep up? I don't think by definition you can keep up. I think you're constantly maybe getting closer and then you're falling behind and you have to make sure you get closer again. The key is you can't do everything equally well. You have to pick out what's relevant and vital for your brands, and that's going to differ. But the most important thing is get the fundamentals right and then experiment with the emerging areas. So if you haven't nailed search, you really shouldn't be thinking about Twitter.
It's a challenge. It's something where you have to be consistent on a daily basis. I actually personally get up quite early in order to plan my day, scan all the trade and consumer resources, take some personal notes, write a personal blog. I'm just smart enough not to post that out to the public space, and just start to galvanize my thoughts and understand what I'm thinking, and as well as just constant checking and live communication with people on what's the latest. This is a digital era, and we have multiple devices and accesses to information, but human interaction is still key.